Okay, enough of that music. It's it's the most. Well, no, not in the lift. In the lift, you didn't listen to that music, but it is what it is. I made it in time. I was at the hospital thinking I'm gonna make it in time, but I made it in time. Let's remove this, yes, and put it right there. So here we go. We're back again. This is the first time I think I've ever been this consistent with my channel, where I end up showing up on a day I have promised. So anyway, it was also a promise made to Kels or Kel. So I'm here always. There's always somebody already in the chat saying salute Pano and chat. Remember this 6. Okay, salute Pano and chat. Remember this is a
remember
show.
last week.
yeah, because people were getting very emotional, saying sort out your panel. So I think even this Miami Snoopy has started saying, you know what, this is a show where we will talk about football, and yes, it's serious when you're talking about the topics, but also there's a bit of banter, and people obviously are not censored here. So if you hear certain things, don't blame me. But anyway, I tried to make two individuals at the bottom there, but I don't know if I succeeded. I've never seen myself a very light skin like the brother I have down there, but I'll try. I find it. Anyway, and Kels is blonde, is not black hair. So look, I failed massively. But anyway, it is what it is. You know what it is. And anyway, welcome to the show, Kels, and welcome to the show, Coutinho, and
Big up you,
welcome to welcome to the show, Pitch Points, Carl, all the way from Nigeria. We couldn't not have you on the panel when we were talking about 115 football evolving, and also who will win the league next season, and also pick up to Luke for always being here on the panel. Luke might as well be part of the furniture in the panel because he's always available, so we might as well bring him in. But anyway, let's start off this. Kels, I'm gonna give this to you, so that this week at least you throw us a question. So you've seen the 115 by, is it Mike? What's his name? Mike Keegan. Is it Mike Keegan? Yeah, he made a statement. Did you see that, Kels?
I did.
What was your thought on the statement?
Well, I think he's sending a warning signal to some of the media who's been chatting absolute shit for the last 2 years. And it makes me hopeful that the club will put the hammer down and start suing some of these people. It's a very American thing to do, by the way. I don't know how sue happy you guys are in the UK, but in America, man, lawsuits.
I'm happy. I'm happy
all the time.
I'm happy. The press are just as bad as politicians, so I couldn't care less. And people are complaining, "Oh, freedom of press." I'm sorry, the press are just as bad as politicians. So,
well, if they're saying things that are defaming our brand, then they have a right to sue them for that, because nobody's telling the truth whatsoever. No, it's clear. Exactly. Nobody's read the cast verdict where it says dozens and dozens of times there's no evidence of anything. I don't know where everybody is getting this idea that we're guilty, and then you ask them to provide some evidence to state that we're guilty, and nobody has any. They'll just keep talking about these hacked emails, who, by the way, were hacked by a guy who is a convicted felon for document forgery. So if you had some critical thinking skills, you might connect the dots that maybe this guy who hacked the emails, just maybe he doctored these up, just maybe. But no, they're just like, well, the emails. So yeah, a lot of low intelligence IQ. I watched that overlap interview. I'm going to give MCFC lads a lot of credit for going on there. He's defending us very well, as did Big Steve back in the past on that show. But I do wish he would press some of these fans a little bit. I wish he would, like that Spurs guy. I don't know who that guy is, but that guy just has always been like, you're guilty. And it's like, can you please tell me why? Can you show us
everyone doing today?
And the guy shuts up.
Yeah, we can hear you, Adam. Yes. What do you have for us, Adam?
No, I was just saying, you were just saying big up those people, but big up that MCF lad as well. Because he dealt with that Adam McCullough. If it had been me, I would have dealt with him in a different way. But with him, I give kudos to MCF lad, the way that he dealt with Adam McCullough. Because Patrick, Adam McCullough is hands down the biggest absolute. I thought Mark Goldbridge was a clown, but that Adam McCullough is on par with that Mark Goldbridge.
Do you know why he's an absolute, my language, a knobhead, Adam McCullough? Because I think he sees himself better than Mark Goldbridge, because he was against having state ownership, where Mark Goldbridge he couldn't care less. He just wanted to get out of the debt. So at least he's being honest. But Adam McCullough has been some sort of him and the Stretford paddock act like they're Samaritans of Salford. They act like the Samaritans of Salford.
They're always trying to cause something. And look, what about yourself? Before we go to Carl. Carl is just going to have his own comments, what he thinks with that headline. So look, when you saw that headline where they're saying every side should be careful how they look at issues.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Luke. Is your name Luke?
Yeah.
Adam, your gas. Go ahead.
I'm half asleep. I didn't hear properly.
I was wondering. I was like, well,
he's busy counting on that Range Rover he's never going to get.
Yeah, he is fantasizing. Look, I bet you he's looking at cars right now. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah. The thing is, for me, when I first saw that, I immediately thought, well, it's obviously not far away then. If already getting articles from the press about Sky Sports telling their pundits to be fair and logical when talking about it. But the thing is, what's baffling about these charges, right, is that if you actually look at it, right, there and what they're actually charging us with in the football back a couple of years ago, they're basically saying that we've actually frauded and the actual financial information. So basically, they're saying that Khaldoon Al-Mubarak and everyone at City have done fraud, which is basically a whole criminal investigation. Because it's not just a simple fine here; it's actually a full-on criminal investigation on the club and overall. Like, the fact that that's going on, and people just think of it as anything else, is baffling. And honestly, it's going to be a funny few weeks because obviously I knew I had a feeling it wouldn't be out on Monday. I was straight away. Anyone saying it's out on Monday, they had no idea what's going on. No one knows when 115 will get announced. The only thing we can do is just carry on until eventually we get a announcement by Ornstein or someone who says it, or maybe the club put a statement out. At the end of the day, right? Everyone who's saying that ITK about transfers and about all this kind of stuff, right? Ignore them, because if they've got like 2K followers and pretend that they're this ex-correspondent for a paper, no one cares. Like, at the end of the day, right? It looks dodgy enough as it is anyway. But the fact that you're on Twitter for like November, I mean, I know people feel I'm on about it, but you guys know who I'm on about. Like these guys that pretend that they're
the Harris brothers.
Yeah. So honestly, look, when I see that from Keegan, I immediately think it's not far away now. Just patience now. It's almost there. Almost time for the absolute, trolling from everyone in this fan base against everyone else. I can't wait for it. Can't wait to.
But now I'm gonna take it to Carl. Carl is here with us. But the thing is, I want to ask this to Carl, because Carl obviously has always told us that these guys, if you think about it, and Carl sent a picture today, and I don't know, Carl, are you with us here?
I'm here. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Do you know when you sent that picture, Carl? It reminds me what you told me, that do these people. Do you know the picture you sent where
when he was with
our chairman?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about this, Carl. I come from countries where when somebody is powerful and you accuse them something, it's not just quite simple where you just accuse them and you get away with it. Like if you accuse somebody powerful, regardless whatever it is, I'm not trying to say there's because he's powerful he can get. I'm just saying sometimes just how powerful that man who he sits with at the table, for you to have the guts to point and say this man is doing fraud. You warned us this before. You warned the Premier League before. I think when we did the 115 video, you said these guys have no idea who they're pointing at. But not even our chairman, the guy upstairs who owns City, the amount of people that respect him, or the amount of people that ask for economy advice, and even UK, he sent some machines and medical stuff. Remember, there was a time where he bailed out the bank. All these guys, they sit with. He's sitting with Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's literally at the White House right now.
I know.
Pat. The thing is with Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, he does the trade deals for the UAE. So I don't know who the Premier League, let alone the UK government, think they're messing with. The fact he can literally threaten to withdraw all UAE investment from the UK economy.
But do you remember? Don't forget. You're making a mistake. Don't forget that the government has been recorded a few times, Carl, in the newspaper saying they want this, they don't want. They say stop doing this, stop pushing this agenda. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah. I mean, you and I have talked about this many times over the past couple of years, and I won't talk about the power government part, because if we talk about that, I mean, Premier League is a cockroach compared to these guys. Lift this guy can write a check and buy the whole Premier League out tomorrow if he wants to. That's how powerful he is, right? I'll talk about the case itself. I've read the case, and I've read every single word of the UEFA case. I've read it, every single word. Okay, and if you read the UEFA case, which is a similar case as to the Premier League, let's be clear, it's an exact case, right? It was declared by what's it called,
are you talking about CAS?
The Court of Arbitration of Sports.
We're declared by now. Understand? You have to understand what people don't know. CAS is the Supreme Court of global sports. Okay, understand this. CAS is not some local chump attorney in some corner room bribed by X, Y, and Z to say X, Y, and Z. No, CAS is the Supreme Court of global sports. when they ban Russian athletes from going to the Olympics, it's CAS that allows them to go with no banners or no country. When stuff hits the fan, let's say FIFA bans a country from participating for whatever it is, FA, whatever, they go to CAS. CAS seeks a judgment. Let's be clear. They are the Supreme Court of everything sports. When CAS says there is no evidence in all the different accusations by UEFA, there is no evidence. The only thing we got done for was non-cooperation, because we said, F you guys, we give you what you want, you don't listen to us, F off. So they fined us for that. Everything that UEFA wanted, the whole disguising equity, is the same thing the Premier League are doing. There is no evidence. Because
plus, I think a lot of those executives testified in that trial.
Right?
Did you call their CEOs liars?
But in order for you to have evidence, you have to subpoena the corporations who provided for example, the sponsorship. So have the Premier League called up Etihad? Have they subpoenaed them? Have they said, show us your accounts where this money wasn't coming from Sheikh Mansour, it's coming from? Show us that evidence. Have they called in Etisalat? Has any subpoenas been had? We haven't heard of any. So what do you base your evidentiary accusations on? What?
Leaked emails. They'll probably say leaked emails.
It just says emails over and over from the guy who's a convicted felon.
An email does not mean an action was taken. If I say, hey, Kels, guess what? I'm going to send you $1 million today, and I want you to do X, Y, and Z.
I'll take
if I
that
haven't
money.
sent you the $1 million, right? And you see the email, someone says, oh, he wants to send Kels money to do X, Y, and Z. But did Carl send Kels the money? We don't know. Okay, let's go ask Carl if he sent the money. They haven't reached out to me yet. They're basing on an email that somebody said they're going to do, which is not evidence.
And that's so easy to prove with a wire transfer receipt. Because a dollar amount that large, there's a receipt for that.
What they would say is that, oh, Sheikh Mansour gave the money to Etihad, and because Etihad is City sponsor, Etihad now paid that sponsorship deal, sponsor money to City. So you won't really see the transaction because Sheikh Mansour gave money to the Etihad. Okay, go ask Sheikh Mansour to show his bank statement now. Go and ask him to show your bank statement. If you dare. Go ask him to show your bank statement. Oh, knock. Hey, Sheikh Mansour, let's see your bank statement. Let's see the money you give to Etihad in 2000 and whatever it is. Show us that. It's going to take the fuck off.
Exactly.
What do you mean? You come to the vice president of the country to ask him his bank statement? Who the hell are you? The dude doesn't even show up to the White House. He sends Khaldun. Think about that.
With Trump and that, yeah. So that's what today.
Yeah, and it's what I call, Patrick, I've called it before, it is arrogance. Where the Premier League believe, right, that because they have this global brand, which by the way was okay until City came along and destroyed the whole red media, red cartel, right? The City have done more for this brand, in Premier League, modern Premier League in the past 10 years than United have and Liverpool have. Let's be clear. The growth of the league from the past 10 years is 3 or 4 or 5 times more than it grew when United were winning. Why? Because you're the best manager, best owners driving the league. And because they are not happy with the situation, they want to block things off, you go and raise an accusation against a club. The same guy who bailed out your Barclays Bank in a financial crisis, the same guy who bailed out Barclays Bank. Barclays Bank is the one who sponsored the Premier League. Let's be clear. When they were in a crap in 2000 during the financial crisis, he bailed them out and then sold the shares. And now they're afloat. They're doing well. Your FA Cup that was going to be sold to some clown in Australia in an auction, he bought the FA Cup, gave it back to the FA, that no one will touch it. You're going after him. Ungrateful bastards. What are we talking about here?
You know, it's like, Carl, like what you've always said is purely racism at this point.
This is 100% racism, nothing else. I got my American owners who are not happy with the fact that a sovereign leader has money buys a club and they've been successful and denied you your equitable share on top of the table. That's what's going on.
Carl, do you know
he
what?
has more money than they do.
Carl, this is what people say to me. I'm an Arab myself. I'm an Iraqi, so I'm part of the poor part of the Middle East. But when I've accused of Premier League fans of rivals saying you're being racist, they say Arabs aren't a race. They're an ethnicity. So you can't be racist to an ethnic minority. So you're not a race. It may be Arab phobia, and then they say, well, it's not Arab phobia because Arab phobia is not really a term. So, any way you tell them that they're being prejudiced or label them as any form of prejudice, they'll be like, you're just brushing the issue aside and taking zero accountability.
The issue, let me tell you the real issue, right? When he came in to buy the club, they're like, okay, this guy, Middle East guy has money, yada, yada, yada. Let's see what happens. They probably won't do much. After a few, you get bored and leave. When he began to redevelop the area, they began to buy players. They began to get world-class players. And then they had the audacity to go and get Pep Guardiola from Bayern Munich to come to City. It was too much. It's too much. The same Guardiola who United wanted. Let's be clear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The audacity. Now we're going to take you out. Bottom line. And yet they're profitable. Yet they're growing. Multi-club model. Now you want to say because of some leaked emails by a crook who's been in jail, you want to now destroy an organization, jobs, and create embarrassment for the UAE vice president. Why? Should we talk about Western Union? Should we talk about Liverpool's alleged sponsor?
Standard Charter.
Right?
That's not alleged. They got fined like £1 billion.
We talk about that?
Yeah, they literally got fined, so they are guilty. So yeah, Standard Charter is guilty because they got fined for it.
Yeah, but that is swept under the rug. Let's not do this. Let's keep it under the rug. Let's talk about City's charges. Oh, by the way, that 115 actually just 5. That 5.
Yeah.
Mancini's salary, which you can't prove, which means that if Mancini was fraudulent, he's going to jail for tax fraud. Yet nobody's called him.
Yeah, he said nobody's ever called him at all.
Nobody's called him. Yaya Toure stuff, right? The equity disguise, which you can't prove. And then some minor things, there were some things like sponsor, like timeliness and some academy stuff that are meaningless.
And Carl, do you know what they rivals will throw at you? Well, it was only time barred. The Premier League case won't find you time barred because there's no time frame.
The problem is that time bar thing is it's nonsense, right?
It's like on one thing too.
They
think that invalidates the entire case because one thing was time barred.
It's not that, Kels. It's whether it's time barred or not. The question is, do you have the evidence?
Yep.
You don't have the evidence.
Yep.
Nothing. Time barred has nothing to do with it. There's no evidence.
But the problem is, there is not a win for Manchester City in this case because, there is a win for us as a football club, but in the football fans world, there's no win because every single fan in the Premier League, apart from Manchester City fans, they put in their mind that we've cheated.
Yeah,
doesn't matter, man.
It's not the way around.
But Matthias, to be honest with you, I'm not asked, Matthias. Look, at the end of the day, Matthias, they can call me a cheat and everything, but Matthias, at the end of the day, if I'm lifting the Premier League, if I'm lifting the FA Cup, if I'm lifting the Champions League, I could care less, to be honest with you. You can call me a cheater, you can call me everything, you can call me anything under the sun, but at the end of the day, it's like, look, imagine this, you're an athlete, you've trained all for your life and everything, but when you get to that first spot and you get that gold medal, are you not going to celebrate?
Listen. That's why I said for Manchester City fans it's irrelevant, but for the other fan base, remember when we won the last case with the Premier League where they found okay, this rule they've implemented for sponsorship, they're literally legal, and the whole football fans on social media, they were like, it was either two arguments. Manchester City only won a few cases in there. They didn't win the complete things. But it doesn't matter. If you're being ruled by one, let's say, if there is one illegal rule within the whole Premier League rules, that means there's something dodgy going on there. The Premier League.
But we will never.
But the same time where what was I about to say? At the same time, when people say, "Oh, there's leaked emails," yeah, but you can't use that in court. It's illegal evidence. You can't use the legal evidence in court. So
I was told they brought the original emails in too, because remember that guy is a felon for documented.
Is he not in jail?
He's in jail now, Pinto. Yeah, he's in jail.
Even if there was an email is not evidence that an
I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is people say like all the fans that keep saying, "Oh, if you're not happy with the way the league is operated, why don't you just leave?"
But
it doesn't just affect Man City. What about other clubs?
They're going to come for Newcastle soon.
The truth is that anybody who talks like that are just not smart. They're actually elementary.
Yeah. Well, look at the Newcastle win on Sunday. Look at the reaction in the media about Saudi Arabia. Look at instantaneously. They win a trophy straight away. It starts. It's like I was at Stoke City a year ago. It's happened.
We won them.
Yeah, what Sky Sports is investing this football fan base, is that spending money is a wrong thing. Yeah, people from the Middle East, they come into England, they will invest it, they'll buy football clubs with the sole aim.
It wasn't a problem when United spent money or Liverpool spent money or Arsenal spent money.
They just want to win. That's it. For the Americans, otherwise, Americans all about marketing.
Like forget about that, man. But
do you know what I mean?
Go to the real issue here. Let's be clear what they're saying. I want to explain to everybody what this is actually about. They're accusing City of fraud, of disguising equity payments as sponsorship. Okay? Now, I said equity. Let's be clear. What is equity? Equity is I am a billionaire. I have money. I want to take my money and give it to my club to invest in players. Right? My money is at risk and I can lose everything. There's no collateral. It's equity. It's my money. For example, Coutinho, I have money. Let's say we're a partnership, right? Right?
Yeah.
You have $1 billion. You like my business idea. You come in and you say, "Hey, Carl, I like your business idea. I'm going to give you £300 million of my money to make it successful and grow. If I don't do well with that money, you lose that money, Coutinho, gone." They're accusing us of our owner of investing his own money to make the club better and make football better. What Liverpool has done, right, is taking debt.
Yeah.
They went to the bank, borrowed money against the assets of the club, right, and taking dividends out for themselves. Two different models. One is stripping the club of assets, taking dividends out, versus I'm going to give you money because I like what you're doing. Here's equity, right? It's money. Money, equity or debt. There's equity debt, there's quasi debt, there's convertibles, but it's all about, am I investing money, skin, or am I investing, leveraging your assets? I will always want an investor to give me equity because it tells me he's in it for the long term, not debt. And FFP, the old calculation, the FFP that everybody's failing, does not include debt. How can you have FFP?
How convenient that it doesn't include debt. How convenient.
Because the three cartel clubs designed it. Because the three cartel clubs designed it.
Arsenal are giving themselves
Look at United's debts. Look at
because most of them they've got massive debt, don't they?
And this is what
most of them are all in debt.
This is what I want to underline. Football is the only industry where you can't invest your own money and have no and have consequence or have no consequence. Sorry, I don't know how to word it. And the thing is, you've got clubs like United who are saddled with debt. Arsenal saddled with debt and loans that they owe, and they can still spend because of their revenue. In the real world, in the business world, if you have debt, you pay off that debt before you get more loans. Before you can spend. Me as an individual, I can't go buy stuff unless I pay off my debts. Otherwise,
but their owners, they can pay off their debts of their football club. And what they can do,
another thing is just one last thing I want to add. Sorry, this is where this week, bar our football club, I have no sympathy for any football club that complains about ticket prices, bar our club, because you cannot be an advocate of PSR and FFP. Your owners don't spend money. You have a go at our owners for spending money, yet you complain about ticket prices. What is it? You can't have your cake and eat it. Do you care about FFP and PSR and your owners don't spend money and you want new owners? Or you're going to have a go at us and you're going to complain about ticket prices? If you understand what I mean. I know I'm going all over the place, but that's
no. You're making sense. Let me just read this super chat by Samasi. Samasi, big up for becoming a new member. And here's a super chat. Says sitting next to obviously the president like Trump is some true villain shit. I hope Pep and that fraud get.
Can we not make this political, please?
She's a nice person.
I know she is.
You know, Samasi.
And Herbo, big up to you for becoming a member. Big up to all the guys who are becoming a member. But there's a question. Let me go to Abdullahi. I haven't seen Abdullahi, and I see you've grown a beard, Abdullahi.
So, yeah, how you doing, brother? It's been long, man. How you doing?
It's
been long. So Abdullahi, I'm gonna go to you. Abdullahi, obviously you're a Chelsea fan, so basically you're in the same similar.
This is a long topic, man. This is a long topic.
I know. But Abdullahi, from the first time you saw this, before we move on away from this topic, from the first time you saw this.
Yeah, Paddy, let me just say one thing. Yeah, let me just say one thing before you ask me. Yeah. I said it before. Their owners, they can pay their whole club debt like that.
Oh yeah,
they can. It's simple.
Yeah. Arsenal's owners are almost as rich as the Sheikh is.
Yeah. The problem is they won't use their own money.
If I see what is on my mind clearly, they have to violate Patrick.
Because what their owners can do, is literally open up a limited company. That limited company becomes a sponsor, and you can literally put money towards the club via sponsor. But they don't do that because what's going to happen is millionaires, they don't take money out their own pockets. They hate it because that money gets taxed out.
Yeah, no. Have you noticed all the rich people? Like I used to do. By the way, you just reminded me. I used to do charity, right? I used to do charity work.
Yeah.
I would speak to people in different areas. Now, let me tell you something. Right? Yeah. I used to think when I first started charity, I used to say if somebody is loaded, that definitely, if I go and ask them for, sponsor somebody for €5 a month, they're definitely dropping that amount. My God, for you to just get a €5 a month from a rich area, it was so hard. Yet, if you go to the working class people, or even people who are not working, they used to drop like $100 a month. They are the ones that actually dropped money. But for you to just get something out of somebody, you had to be on top form. We used to call it top form. You're on top form. You've really dialogued to them very well, and maybe they just like you. My God, rich people will not give money away. It doesn't matter.
No, they won't. They won't. Unless they will spend their own money. When
they need a tax write-off, then they'll give the money away.
But they will spend their own money unless there is an interest. Let's say, for example, if I'm giving you £100, I need to know how much would you give me back in a couple of years' time, or maybe in a couple of months. A couple of years too much. Maybe in a couple of months. Let's say you ask me, I want to borrow £100. Yeah, okay, I'm giving you £100, but you pay me back with interest. So, what's the incentive for them to get £1 billion off their back pocket and pay their own debt from the football club? They won't. What they're gonna do is just use their revenue, the money they make from match day ticket sales and whatnot. And the easiest way to start paying them is to increase the match day ticket every single year. The experience will be there, but tickets will go up. They will never take money out of their own pockets.
Matthew, so you get chased by a dog or what?
My dog is a mad one. You know my dog.
At the end of the
Animal
day,
show.
Abdullah, you and I talked about this.
Hey, how you doing?
My dog is mad.
What's the difference between a charitable donation and like an investment?
So because Mr. Let me quickly chip on what you guys are saying. See, the problem. This is my issue with the EPL because we've spoken about this a lot with Mr. Kyle. I call it jealousy because when you're successful a lot, especially when you are kind of successful and people see you this up, they wanna bring you down. And I'll give an example of an Arsenal fans. I won't particularly say United fan because United fans have been successful, but because of the era of Alex Ferguson, it's a little bit down. But for the Arsenal fans who EPL call as their darling club. They want to see them succeed. So they want to put them on this pedestal where they are not. Now this sponsorship, this and that every day. The problem with the EPL is very simple. It's very, very simple. It's all about jealousy. In terms of the owner of Manchester City, we have to give them this. Somebody that reported Man City, you don't even know the person face to face. You know, it was even sent by mail. So how confident or how sure are you that this is the right document being sent? They didn't do their right investigation very well. They're just gonna come and.
I'm not even worried about that, but like, you know,
The thing is,
I'm not even worried about that, right? For me, it's even. Listen, Kelston kind of. Patrick knows a bit of my background and kind of what I do and what I've, you know, I talk about. You know, years ago, I used to raise capital from the Middle East. I used to all those places that you guys mentioned. I used to go there. Those buildings, those. You know, sovereign wealth funds. I used to go there. I used to present to them. We used to raise capital from them. I used to go there a lot. And I know these people. They integrity is paramount.
Yep.
You know, when you come to meet with them, and we're preparing slides and presentations and capital requirements and use of funds down to the T. We're clear, we're crisp, we're clean. You know, you don't go there without someone taking you there. You just don't go. We have to always find someone who knows someone to take us there and have that conversation. It's just not child. It's not fans rival bullshit. This is serious business. You know, people talk about. You have to understand. I don't know who's been to Dubai or been to the UAE. Go look at what they've done. When I was a kid, I lived in Oman, right, in the 80s or in the late 80s, and it was sand. Everything was sand. You go there and look at what they've done with capital. It's just incredible. You think they're going to be bothered about some stupid league about disguise some payment because of something?
No.
Seriously?
I wish they would start pressuring the UK right now.
When Barclays Bank are in trouble, who do they call? Hello, Sheikh Mansour, help us out. Barclays Bank. When all these institutions are in trouble, who do they call?
We need to use our leverage now and start threatening the UK government.
When there's a challenge between countries around, for example, the Middle East challenges and to negotiate peace, who do you think they call? You think that Khaldun in the White House was just for pity's sake? By accident?
It's definitely UAE and that relationship there.
Because Mr. Kao, because
why are football fans so thick?
The problem is when I remember because when the Ukrainian and the Russian issue were coming, when they wanted to buy Roman out of chess, I just laugh. I'm like, Roman didn't even do anything wrong in terms of just buying him out of chess. I'm like, okay. Just because you want to have this supremacy of this, then you kind of let Goma out of Chelsea. Now you want to just kind of do this depth and everything. And it does kind of make me laugh because of the way this EPL stuff are kind of behaving. Like, does it make any sense?
The truth is that this guy, Masters, needs to be sacked. Bottom line.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how the guy still has a job.
I've gotten to the point where I want people's reputations, livelihoods destroyed.
No, that's personal. No, that's personal.
It's personal.
I
want them to be left with nothing.
If you're for me,
it is damage to our club.
For me, it's personal.
Hey, Patrick, I need to struggle. I need him not to get a paycheck.
The fact that they are smearing the reputation of Arabs, it's personal because I'm Arab myself. The fact that they say it's dirty Arab oil money, it is offensive.
I mean, people will say rubbish, right? But if you're the CEO of this kind of corporate and you've lost so many, you lost Leicester. Leicester pulled wool over your eyes, and they went unscathed. You lost ATP case 1, ATP 2. What are you doing? Resign. You need to leave.
Okay, so wait. Let me read this comment. Or do you know, Kels? Do you want to read it?
Okay, Arsenal owners relocated the Rams from St. Louis to Los Angeles. Very, very controversial for those who don't know.
Yeah.
And so St. Louis sued them and made the rest of the league pay the city of St. Louis. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So you see, it happens everywhere. So anyway, guys, let's say hello, friends.
Are scumbags.
Nah, they are. So hello, friends.
Look up who Stan Kroenke's married to, and tell me what an ethical billionaire is.
Oh, I know. I heard about his wife and what she's doing. Yeah, no comment. So Shades of Blue, who's in Manchester at the moment, living his dream.
Crunch chocolate.
Yeah, I saw him. He's enjoying himself. Says hello, friends.
He's a really nice guy. I've met him.
He is. He's been on the panel here. He says they have a lot of assets and they're not really liquid, so don't pay taxes.
That is facts.
Yeah, I think
like when Elon bought Twitter, he didn't liquidate 44 billion. He borrowed because that's how they get away with not paying taxes.
Yeah, they do. So let's face it, most billionaires are evil. They are. Masters can survive if we win 115. He's boarded APT, Leicester City, and too many things. Yeah, that's true. He also boarded the Forest stuff. I think Forest also won theirs. But bigger for the super chat there.
But Patrick, sorry to cut. The problem is if people are talking about the 115. But see, look, as a Chelsea fan now, we don't have a sponsor. We don't have someone that's going to sponsor us. So now people are talking about 115 stuff and everything. I don't want to go too much on clearly Papeta and Todd Bowley because they're gonna violate you. So I will just rather just zip my mouth because
I know.
It's gonna get spooky.
You've got
smoke. It will get spooky. Oh my goodness, it will get spooky.
You've got smoke for him. So Kels, let's move over. Let's move over to the next topic. Obviously, this has to focus on what I've been hearing a lot. So I'm gonna start with Kels. Kels, then you can throw it to whoever on the panel, so everybody can speak at one at a time, so we can understand everybody's view. So Kels, I'm pretty sure you've heard of a lot of people are saying football has evolved. I've watched a lot of panels, by the way, guys. They're saying football has evolved from tiki-taka, from pass football. Somebody wrote an article, says Pep is the disciple of Cruyff. And Cruyff, he wrote the stats of Cruyff, how many trophies he won, and what sort of Cruyff football was there, that Cruyff was not all that. All this is just a part of hype. So obviously this happened when somebody's on the downfall, because just years ago, even championship teams were doing tiki-taka. Till the date of today, teams in the under-17 in Ireland, all the young youth teams are passing from the back. So, but now, because City has fallen this season, they're saying, no, the pass is evolved. Football has evolved. It's moved on. It's faster. It's more physical. These whole technical players want work. So I'll start with you, Kels, then you can pass it to whoever, the panel. Actually, let's just pass it how the panel is organized so that we can be more organized. What do you think of that statement, Kels, that football has evolved and this tiki-taka football is done, that this Barcelona football, Pep fantasy is gone now?
I don't know. Someone tell that to PSG because I think they tiki-taka'd their way past Liverpool. I don't think it's dead. I think you just need good players who can actually do it. And unfortunately, that's been our style for the past, however long. And we don't have the players for it. So it looks like absolute crap. But when you have a young midfield who have legs, you can do that. So I don't
play
think
without
dead.
fear, Kels. Who play with no fear.
Exactly.
Play with no fear.
Yeah.
And I talk about this when people are slating Doku. I asked the question. I said, go back and watch. How many times did people overload Doku on the left-hand side? Not once. Why? Because they're all afraid.
This is why I don't blame.
Doku is 1v3 at times or 1v5.
Yeah.
And we slate him. Meanwhile, no Joshua overlapping, no good overlapping. Why? Because they're all afraid.
Well, maybe it's the instructions they're given. Maybe it's the instructions.
Thank you very much. It's instructions.
That's why I don't blame the players this season.
They're not being afraid. It's just the instruction given by the manager.
At worst,
our players just aren't good enough anymore. That's
at worst, I give the players 10% max blame. I blame the board 10%, and I blame Pep 80% because fact and quote, he is the one who delayed the rebuild. He is the one who cancelled the rebuild in the summer. Cheeky wanted to rebuild. As much as we criticize and blame Cheeky for the past two transfer windows, it wasn't him. It was Pep, unfortunately. And just because you criticize Pep doesn't mean you want him out. That's why going forward, unfortunately, the fact that he has and he was reluctant to sign players in January. For me, going forward, I want him to coach the players, and that's it. He can ask for the profile of players, but in terms of rebuilding the squad, I want him nothing to do with it.
Wait. Continue. Let me ask you before I go to Luke, because I just want everybody to have that say. Obviously, when somebody's speaking and you see that they have said something that is a stinker, please hook them. Question them on that stinker. So you're telling me that you and Kels has said PSG tiki-taka their way to beat Liverpool. My personal opinion is Enrique somehow has taken tiki-taka, but ever since, even at Barcelona, Enrique's tiki-taka was different. Am I wrong to say that? Continue. His tiki taka was different from Pep. He was never passed too much. He was the limit passing, but we will catch you.
It's quick flowing football, even though he keeps a lot of the possession.
Yeah.
So it looks more fluid. It looks more fluid.
So are we saying?
Yeah, because because if you remember, yeah, but because if you remember, Pique Enrique, he had Neymar and Suarez and Messi. Every time the team wins the ball, counter attack straight away, quick, pacey. It's like reset. Let's wait it until the opposition teams get in their own box, organize themselves. Then we can just play our sideway backwards pass. It's boring, man. But look, go on, man.
So wait. Wait. I'll go back to you, Mateus, because you've opened up another kind of word. So what I'm trying to say is tiki taka done, or it's the tiki taka we are playing that's done, or is it the players? I'm confused because
it's not done, but it's the one we play that is done.
Yeah.
Because you can't go in the market and buy fast-paced winger who loves taking the man on, but at the same time you go with the midfielder right back and centre back and left back. None of them can overlap in every single play in that pitch. Whenever the winger has the ball, they decide to go to Creamfield or any random festival. They're just camping outside the box. How is that possible?
Well, what's happened is
every time Doku has the ball, watch Erling Haaland. He just makes the run to the far post. Who's attacking the near post? No one.
It's all about pace and power now. Pace and power. The thing is, it hasn't gone. The style of play can still work, but you need pace and power in the midfield to help out the attack, which is where we've gone wrong.
You can't go with your Bernardo Silvas anymore.
And that's why we have a combined age of a midfield of 95 plus.
You can't go with your Bernardo Silvas anymore. You can't go with your
pace, power,
forward. Yeah. We can still do it with some of the personnel that we have in the squad. Not all of them. Obviously, we need to address that in the summer transfer window. But at the same time, if you're going with Doku and Savio as your main wingers, as your main source of creativity in the final third, you need to get full-backs. Stop buying centre-backs to play full-backs. It doesn't work. Yeah? You take... when you play centre-back...
I don't think we're going to get any net room.
When you're playing centre-backs to play full-backs, it will work in a certain games, like big European way games where you want to keep it tight at the back. However, when you're going Southampton, when you're playing Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich, you don't need 4 centre-backs. You need full-backs to go up and down the pitch and bring some sort of creativity. When was the last time we had a cross as an assist coming from the full-back areas? John Cancelo against Dortmund. We binned him and we bought another centre-back. What are we doing here?
Yeah, but that's another issue with Pep Guardiola. So anyway, let's go to Luke. Luke, so what do you think? There's even a comment here, right? It says tiki-taka ain't dead. It's just hard to sign players for that football these days. Limited techie ballers with top IQ. What do you think of that statement, Luke?
The thing is, right, like, there are players out there that can still play that position. Is that because we've had so much of Pep's football now in this country now for the last 8 years now of like consistently high level football. What's happened in Europe is they haven't done the same thing. They've stuck to their principles, but it's about more into pace and power. And as a result, other teams are starting to put that in their teams. It's combating how we're playing. So basically, Pep hasn't evolved all the times yet. He's still trying to play an old method that was working a couple of years ago. Even last season didn't really work very much, but because of Rodri and Foden and players like that, it bailed us out sometimes in certain games. But I think this is about last season after the treble season. It's been found out, and only this year we don't see how bad it's got for us.
Luke,
I think it's the players are just not good enough anymore.
Do you think
more
maybe
than
it's
it is
stuff?
found out.
Do you guys think it's the coaching stuff?
Yes, bro. Yeah, because the thing is, no one's challenging Pep to say, right, this ain't working, Pep. Let's switch it up.
Well, yeah, because I've said before,
correct me if I'm wrong as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Juan Lilo meant to be defensive minded?
Yeah,
because clearly we've
We're
gotten
shit
worse
defensively with him.
Well,
Wait.
Since he came back, we've gotten worse defensively.
Continue. He's supposed to be defensive. What? Every time.
Maresca was the guy during the trouble season.
Wait.
Yeah.
Every time this brother has been at City, we've actually shipped a lot of goals. You know that, right? So
Yes,
why is he defensive-minded?
Well,
And he's meant to be defensive-minded.
I said that last season. And I said in September this season, and everyone on Twitter thought I was going crazy. Fast forward 6 months, now everyone is singing the same tune. I said it before. This little guy's not good enough.
I called this out myself a year ago.
I don't know. A couple weeks back, I was heartbroken when this guy left. Dominic Torrent. He is the reason why we got 100 points. He contributed massively. Him and the Dolphins. Us
100 points. No, that was Arteta.
No, it wasn't just Arteta. No. Dominic Torrent. Dominic Torrent was massively like he was.
I thought you meant Lilo. 100 points. Bro.
Dominic Torrent. Catch up his picture. You'll recognize it. I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
I don't know. A couple of weeks back, some people said Dominic Torrent is in discussions of returning to the club. I don't know how we got rid of him, but I think massively, a key person that Pep is missing was Rodolfo. Letting go of Rodolfo to go become a sporting director is a whole, like, I think he has lost quite a lot in terms of Rodolfo has been throughout his whole footballing career. I think mostly at Barca and I think at Bayern Munich as well.
Yeah, but you know what was happening though? It was all this was happening in the background, and I think majority of City fans, including myself, we didn't pay attention. You get what I mean? Like we didn't pay attention. We were just looking at these things. And you know what? This Maresca guy, he did well as an assistant. Isn't that the treble-winning season? And isn't that when we sort of did not concede a lot? We had to wait and
Patrick, Chelsea court boy will come and beat you there. Some of them. Chelsea court boy will come and beat you there.
I know. So I'm going to say, Man City wingers need overlapping fullbacks. City need fullbacks that can cross the ball and provide outlets for your wingers when they go inside. So wait, let me just ask Abdullahi. Abdullahi, what do you see is happening at City? Do you think it's true that football has evolved and
I think the issue right now that everybody's facing, especially the new generation of football, because the football I watch, if you look at the early 1990, 2000, the player we have then is kind of different than the player we have right now. The manager then, the kind of era is different, like Jose, the Alex Ferguson, the Arsene Wenger. This kind of manager are different than the manager we have right now because the football kind of changed in terms of everybody wants to talk about possession. And EPL is used to more just kick and run, just P and P. That's what they're used to. All chaos football. They just want to play chaos football and boom. But because there's a new involvement with the way Pep Guardiola plays football, things can kind of change in kind of the way he kind of set up his team, playing defenders in midfield, kind of changing attackers, no fullback and everything. Everybody wants to start copying Pep because of the way Pep play. And that's where the problem is right now. Because Pep has laid down the foundation of the way he wants to play football. So everybody's following him because his way being successful. That's why if you look at the EPL now, people are criticizing the other player. You don't criticize teams if they want to know the way they set up. You have to look at the actual, how does the team play up with the manager. And that's why when we look at the way Chelsea people are talking about Maresca, I just laugh because I'm looking at the ownership in terms of how do we want to set up the team in terms of the manager you're bringing in? How does he want to play? People might go at Pep, but Pep has won. He's won in Barcelona, he's won in Bayern, he's won in Manchester City. So he has that power to say, this is what I want to do. But also sometimes you have to also criticize him a little bit because of some of his decision-making in terms of, this player is old, you have to have a new refreshment, energy, and everything. Sometimes because people believe it's Pep, we don't want to criticize Pep because of what it was. But sometimes the fans have to be realistic and say, we have to criticize Pep in some ways because of his decision-making has been a little bit awkward in terms of ways to make decisions. So I think it's evolved a little bit, but again, for how we evolve has it been in terms of the way the football is being played right now, it's a little bit different. Just because of the way Pep has kind of changed the atmosphere of the game, especially the EPL, for me.
Yeah, but Pep has a massive part on the shit show. We're going this season. And because at the end of the day,
fans are giving him plenty of crap.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
Because there's certain decision making, such as the in-game management, they're questionable. I was like, sometimes even the substitution he makes, the timing of the substitution at the times. You sit there and you ask, what?
I've been saying this
what on earth is he doing? Do you know what I mean? Like games like where we 2-1 up, and Kovacic is controlling that midfield, then he just decided, right, 75 minutes, Kovacic off, what I'm going to do. Straight away.
I think the problem with Pep this season that I've seen.
What are you doing?
I think Pep is a little bit. Maybe I don't know if he's scared or something is going on with Pep this season that I don't know.
He is. No.
He doesn't trust our midfield because they're absolute crap.
No.
They're all bad.
Especially this time of the season. I believe, and that's only my opinion. He's been told upstairs that he must make top 4. I think he got told that before. We go into January. We're going to address the defensive issues in there. We're going to bring a couple of centre backs in. We had some goals in Marmush, and we had a holding midfielder in Nico. But you need to make sure you get top 4, because obviously we've got more sponsors than JD. Let's face it. Like,
that would be a huge revenue loss too.
The club and whatnot. They need Champions League football. So when you put a target from Pep Guardiola that we need to deliver Champions League football, obviously he will go. Obviously he will go with the guys that he trusts rather than someone who doesn't trust, like Bernardo Silva.
That's
Silva.
This is also like for Pep.
Gundo,
this is kind of like has he ever gotten 4 players in January before?
No, he hasn't. He probably only got
like
one.
trying to integrate them, but usually this is when he has a set 11 and he doesn't deviate from it. But
That's where I think
I've been willing to ask a lot of City fans some questions because I know Patrick and Continu's decision and Mr. Cow. I also know their decision in terms of Pep Guardiola. Like, what do you guys think about Pep? Is he the sole blame, or does you have to blame everybody in terms of?
No, I think he is the sole blame. I'm sorry, he is this season. I love him and stuff like that, but the fact that we're in this mess because of him. He's cancelled he's delayed the rebuilds. Last summer should have been to be fair, it should have been 2022, 20 after 22, 23. Okay, we just about won the league by 3 points? But for me, it should have been at least last summer. And unfortunately, he brought back a grandfather in Gundogan, and Gundogan was destroyed by Barcelona, and he's not offering anything. I generally think whenever we have Bernardo, Kovacic, and Gundogan on the pitch, we are down a man. So with them on the pitch, we're down by 3 men. So I don't know what they offer.
We always have to play one of them because there just simply is no one else. If we're not going to play Nunes in the midfield, we have to accept that. He's just not going to do it.
Yeah, because the reason I ask that question is because I know Patrick's decision when it comes to Pep and Mr. Cow to both and continue to both. Let's say you guys doesn't make UCL now. Do you guys have to look at Pep and look at the ownership and like what's going on?
He will walk away before we.
Because I know next season is his final season in Manchester City. I know that because they're signing 2 years deal.
No.
Is it next season or upper season?
No, to 2027.
2027. Okay.
2027. Yes.
Okay, 27.
Yeah, the problem is he delayed the whole rebuild because he was meant to go at the end of the season. Let's face it. He if let's say we start the season well. The first 3 months we were top of the league, right? So we started the season well. We went to Chelsea away. We won West Ham away. We won. Yeah, we just scraped a win against West Ham. Let's face it, because it could have been a lot worse. They hit the post 3 times, something like that, and we didn't look good against West Ham. We came back. We played at home against Brentford. We look all over the place. Like the very first minute we conceded. A shambles at the back, and I was.
Wait, didn't we concede in most of the games? Ipswich, we also conceded. Brentford within few seconds, 5 seconds for Brentford. Yeah.
The problem is, but the problem is he was planning to go at the end of the season. So what happened was, right? Okay, he probably went to Chike and the club and said, "I can still get a tune out of these guys one last time," and he backfired. He backfired because listen. Your captain is gone. He jumped ship like middle of the season. He told you, listen, I'm not taking this shit anymore. I'm going. And that was the last fullback we had. And then you went there, right? Okay, I thought, right, okay, you're going to January. We're going to buy a right back, and we're going to buy another centre half. You went out then, but two centre halves, and one of them you only trust one, and you only trust this one because your main boy, Akanji, got injured. Otherwise, you would not see Kosanov play.
Is it the problem I'm having this?
Diaz, you can't.
The problem I'm having is
everyone calls me Diaz as a leader. It's been a shambles. Why does it keep?
My fear right now is the new generation we have manager now. Right now, all of them are Pep Guardiola students, and that is my fear. They are too stubborn. Maresca, stubborn. Arteta, stubborn. Company, all of them. It's kind of just annoying me right now. Too much.
Yeah. When people saying, the players are not good enough. Yeah, we get it. But at the end of the day, the players still need to be coached.
They're not. They're injury prone or they're old. So I don't.
Wait. Let me go to Carl. Carl, do you think these players are not good enough? Do you think it's just an excuse?
Okay, so let me just say my own point on this, right? Turn it down. If you know that you don't have the players to play 3-2-5, 2-3-5, high line, and you're too slow, then you are at fault. Yep. You should be able to adapt your system to the players that you have. You go away to Forest. We all know what Forest are going to do. They're going to sit tight, block the central areas, push you out wide because nobody's going to overload Doku. They're going to wait for your mistake, and they're going to counterattack you and score a goal. And it's going to be 1-0. We all knew it. Patrick, I told you this before the game started. And yet you go away to Forest, which you don't have to win. And you want to play a high line with an inverted guy who's a kid who shouldn't be in the first team. And then you lose the ball, they go score a goal. And you do it again against Brighton. You do it again against Madrid. You do it again against Palace. You do it again against Bournemouth, against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against United. Afterwards, no one the players, bro. It's the manager. No, I love this guy. Listen, I love this guy. I loved it. Love it. Right? He's one reason why I fell in love with the game. His Barcelona team was just super.
Well, that's
where they played and moved the ball in pockets was just incredible. They played without fear. This team right now is scared.
It's playing with fear.
When if you watch the Brighton game, and I watch it, look at the big fat hole in the middle of the field and how they're chasing back when Brighton has the ball. My little lad said, "Oh, the goal that Kusanov scored wasn't actually Kusanov's fault. This guy's a 9-year-old kid." He says, "Actually, Rico lost his marker." I said, "No, it's not true." He says, "Go watch it, Dad. Rico lost his marker. That's why Kusanov made the mistake, because Kusanov is clearing the ball and he made a mistake."
Why are the players scared?
That's crazy that the 9-year-olds can figure this out.
I'm telling you, I said no.
Why are the players scared? Is it the manager being too rigid on them? Is it the manager saying, if you don't follow the plan, you'll be on the bench the next game?
They know they can't deal with transitions, playing the high line at 3-2-5, 2-3-5. They know they can't. They're scared of what used to be our strength was that we would press high, win the ball high, and transition towards goal. That's now become a weakness. When your strength becomes a weakness, you're in trouble.
Yeah, because they're too old. Yeah, that's what I mean by they're not good enough for this comment.
We go watch 18-19.
They can't do what the manager's
when
asking.
You had the ball, lost the ball. The first thing was to press the winning ball back within 5 or 6 seconds, or disrupt the play. Even years ago, when Salah was on break and Grealish was on, Grealish chased after him, got the ball. Even Rico got after him, got the ball.
Yeah, Rico did that in that Carabao Cup game.
We're not doing it now.
I remember that.
So why don't you adapt and change and play more in transition?
Well, Mr. Cow, there's a lot of talk about because people say because City have won a lot, maybe that kind of get over there.
Even Liverpool came to the Etihad and played a low block, medium block. Liverpool. And they were 10, 15, 16 points clear? Mm-hmm. They came to the Etihad and played a low block and got away with a 2-0 lead. And we have less quality players right now, or less fit players, and we want to play this high line, 2-3-5, 3-2-5, possess the ball, wide area, no overloads, play centrally when they're blocking centrally. How do you not overload on the left-hand side when you want to overload? So there are two things, right? You can either overload centrally or in the wide areas. You have a choice as a manager. Do I overload centrally or wide area? You choose to overload centrally to get ball centrally, right? But then everybody's blocking centrally. So go wide. Overload wide. If you go back to the 21-22 season when we won the league, right? The game at Anfield, I called it a battle of the lefts. Go watch it. Patrick, you and I did a show on that game. Me and you. We analyzed it. We talked about Walker being the false nine. Remember that game? Right? Go watch that game again. It was literally the battle of the left. They were overloading the left-hand side, and Liverpool were overloading the left side. That's how Cancelo got that, Salah got that goal against Cancelo. And De Bruyne gets a goal against Liverpool, all on the left-hand side.
Yeah, but we haven't seen any of that, Cow, at all this season or last season. Yeah.
Everybody's afraid. So, whenever I ask this question, people say, you're plastic, you don't believe in a manager. No. I'm asking a question about what's gone wrong. And is there a guarantee that next season, this is going to change with players?
Yeah, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee, but I get it. The manager has done a lot of things wrong, but at the same time, the players also need to take some of the blame. When you step on that pitch, there's players need to take some responsibility. It's not acceptable that we 2-1 against Real Madrid with 6 minutes to go. Yeah, your goalkeeper just decided to do madness. It's not acceptable.
Excuse me, but again, I understand people say the player
gets. We're going to Sporting with 1-0 up, yeah, and we just decide to give the ball away, give away penalties for no reason. What's going on there?
But my question is, people are saying the player need to take a blame.
This is not
but
the manager.
My question: are the player kind of afraid of speaking to Pep, kind of challenging him because we know he's one
stop. They won't challenge him because
so now. Do you want to challenge Pep what kind of one stuff?
Yeah, but you don't need to challenge Pep. All I'm asking is when you step on that pitch, you need to take some responsibility. Yeah, you've just you left your house. Yeah, you got on the team bus, you listen to your music, yada yada yada. You go on the dressing room, you get a change. Yeah, you get into that pitch, you give a team huddle, you give them a motivational speech. It's not acceptable that you consider on the very first minute. What you've been doing for the last half an hour.
Yeah, but Madets, you know yourself. But do you know who Pep Guardiola is, right? You know who Pep and Arteta, these managers are. This is what Abdullahi was telling you.
Oh my goodness.
Pep Guardiola and Pep Guardiola comes from a generation where I am the man. That's the reason why he left Barcelona. People don't get it.
I get it.
You know why he left Barcelona? Because he knew that this Barcelona team, the boss is Messi. He knew that Messi is undroppable. He knew Messi is the guy. He even at Bayern, the players said it's Pep Guardiola's way or no. So if you don't pass the ball where he's supposed to, if you don't position yourself in certain place, you get benched. So nobody wants to get benched. That's why
we are suffering the substitution, the in-game management, whatever you want to call it, it's on Pep. However, what happened on the pitch, yeah, any silly mistake, giving away ball possession for no reason, that's on the players. Yeah, the players.
They're not good enough. They're not good enough.
I agree to some extent.
That's not their fault, unfortunately.
As a Chelsea fan, I'm having the same problem with Maresca. Sanchez. I'm like, is Sanchez the best goalkeeper in Chelsea? That's my problem. Pep Guardiola student is kind of pissing me off.
The only reason I give them 10% blame is that if they had any pride or if they had any mentality of a top mentality, they would have at least spoke to the club. I'm not good enough. I need to leave. I need to leave for the betterment of my status as a player at this club. I'm not good enough to be playing for this club anymore. If these players had that type of mentality, I don't think they do. Unfortunately, I generally don't think they do. Gundogan right now.
Yeah, why would they do Bernardo Silva's 300k a week? Why would you go to the club and say I want to?
He begged to leave for years, and now we can't get rid of him.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe agree to pay off his contract. I don't know. I generally don't know.
Well, also Pep is begging these guys to stay because Walker wanted to leave, and Pep
took him out to dinner, and he stayed. This is why you take it out of his hands. And I'll repeat my point: is that going forward, he can't have a say on transfers anymore. I'm sorry. Coach the players, ask for the profile of players that you need, and that's it going forward. But you don't dictate who stays and who goes. Simple as.
Well, he's never
Well,
like
that's why I'm kind of
go players like this that he's had for years and years because he never stays anywhere long enough.
This is why I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy that Cheeky's leaving, because him having his best friends alongside him has made him very comfortable, and is having like a
but it's worked for years, but it was bound. Look, it was bound to reach an expiry date. So let's just admit that maybe that's the reason why there's a new sporting director, and I'm pretty sure there's rumors, according to Martin. I'm gonna quote Martin that the backroom staff is going to get checked up. So anyway, let's go to this segment that who will win the Premier League. I will start with Abdullahi, who is not a City fan.
Yeah, put him in the spot.
Like at the end of the day, we have to take into consideration that. Then I'll go to Luke after this. After Abdullahi, I'll go to Luke. We have to take into consideration that Liverpool might be losing Salah, Van Dijk, and also Trent is twerking for Madrid. He's been twerking for Madrid throughout all this time. Salah and Van Dijk haven't signed a contract, and the contract is going to expire in summer. But also, if you look at that Liverpool team, it's going to get Diaz. Apparently, might leave. Nunes is leaving. I don't know about Konate, but
Alisson's leaving as well. Apparently,
yeah, so he's got that Georgian keeper coming in
because Alisson will have 1 year left on his contract. Konate will have 1 year left.
Why is Alisson leaving though? Why wouldn't they?
No, they don't.
Why? He's injured a lot. He's not reliable anymore.
Alisson won't renew his. They're not going to renew Alisson's contract. He'll have 1 year left.
Why wouldn't they renew Alisson's contract?
No, because he's injury prone. He's very injury prone for them. He's very injury prone.
Yeah, Alisson keeps getting injured. He was injured for what? 2 or 3 days.
Konate has 1 year left on his contract, and probably he's seeing what's happening.
I've got a feeling on a team next year that are going to actually be up there. This might sound a bit mad, but I'm going off the trophy.
I think
Newcastle.
What are you saying?
Yeah. You think Newcastle are going to win the league next season?
Wait. Let Luke finish. Let Luke finish. Luke, go ahead. What were you saying?
It might sound mad, but if Newcastle go into summer after winning a Carabao Cup and getting European football, right? Now, I know people think that it's mad, but if Liverpool got his issues, Arsenal are going to sort Arsenal to do well.
I'm not taking Arsenal seriously.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry. Arsenal is not the team I play. Don't even put them as a team. That team.
I'm not saying
that team.
With Newcastle, I'm not saying they're going to win it, but they're going to be a surprise team next year because people are going to be back up in the mix again, and I think they're going to definitely be. Luke and the panel, if we don't get our act together this summer, for me, it's going to be between. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we'll be between Forest and Newcastle.
Newcastle and Forest. That Forest hype would die. Trust me. We've seen Wolves. Isn't it Abdullahi? We saw Wolves with Nuno. We saw Sheffield United. We've seen it before. Trust me, that Forest stuff is dying. Just watch. We know.
Okay, I want to give my
buy their players.
I want to give my, but I have 2 things to say. Firstly, I will speak as a non-Bayern fan, and I will speak as a fans. And as a fans, I won't put Newcastle because of the way Newcastle play. They easily kind of die here because of the high intensity game they play. And I'm not sure yet that Eddie Howe is the man to kind of win them the league. I'm still not sure yet because you need an Isaac backup. Yes, there's Tonali, there's Guimaraes, there's Cool. Yes, but Isaac, because he gets injured a lot. I don't trust Callum Wilson. So to win a league, you need the squad depth. So I'm not sure. Liverpool, I'm not sure because they're going to sell a lot of players. With City, Pep, I'm not sure about that. Arsenal, I don't even look at them as a team. That's the king of Butler.
The league, Martin. By the way, league, Martin. This is what I meant.
He's this by the way.
My problem. Why
I didn't want to believe what you meant.
No, I can't lie. We're gonna.
I might say for me, the way I'm looking at it next season, and now this is where, as a fan base, I'm a little bit in the middle. I want to see how Chelsea recruitment is gonna be this summer for me to be able to judge. I have criticized clearly Capital a lot. A lot of them have criticized them a lot, but I have a little bit of question mark about them. And second, let me see what we're gonna do in this summer because I've said it a lot. We need a prolific number 9. The last number 9 we get is in 2017, Diego Costa.
I know, but Abdullahi, Chelsea, no offense, it's where number 9s go and die.
Yes, but again, Patrick, our last number 9 is Costa, and Costa won us the league.
Yeah. You've just spent 75 M's on.
Wait, let me answer. Let me answer for Formidable Centurions. Here is what's happening, Formidable. I am streaming on Pitch Points and True City Fan. So what you're doing, Formidable, is you've clicked the link, I think, to Pitch Points, and your comments are on Pitch Points. I think that's what's happening because I am streaming on 2. So whenever you comment, yes, it's showing up on my main system here because I'm on StreamYard. But I think you are on Pitch Points. You're watching on Pitch Points. It happens. Some people are watching on Pitch Points. They're not watching on the True City Fan thing. I don't know, but because I don't. Apart from that, if your comments are not showing, that's weird. How do you make somebody? Is it a mode? How do you make them a mode?
I'm not so sure.
You go in the if you go on the the 3 find one of the comments, you'll have 3 dots next to the name.
Change it to a mode, yes.
And then you can add him as a moderator or as a managing moderator. The managing moderator gives them like full control over your show and your chat. So just be careful on the managing one.
Because Formidables, I think you are commenting on Pitch Points because your comments I don't see them on. It happens sometimes. Trust me. Even sometimes because sometimes I do analyze the shows. I sit down and watch the shows when I'm sitting down just to see sometimes what's going on. Let's see what we can do better. I find myself I'm watching on Pitch Points. The channels are together, so sometimes I think that's where you are commenting. But anyway, let me ask Carl, who's been quiet. Then I'll go to Martin. Carl, what do you think of this Premier League next season? Because I don't believe Nuno is going to survive. Because I have seen Nuno before. If Nuno survives, fair play. Because let me not be dishonest also. We were laughing at Forest buying these pace and power young players. Maybe they have gelled and maybe they are serious. And I heard that the owners have got money. So it's not like Forest is
Patrick, making mistakes. We are the king of baby city. We are the king of underage.
You went to buy kids already.
No, Forest. We are the king of baby city. We are the king of baby city.
Forest have done well. I expect them to be good next season. Will they win it? No, they won't. The question for me is ultimately, what are the traditional big 6 going to do? Right? Can Liverpool go again? Maybe. Unlikely. Arsenal going to get serious and do really challenge?
I'm not taking Arsenal serious with Arteta.
Chelsea. Does Enzo have the cojones to win it? I don't know. And City, just Pep going to get the players he needs and play without fear. He's the one who said, you got to play football with courage. If he does so, we have a chance. If he doesn't, you got no chance. That's it. United, I don't see that.
No, United, no chance. They're not doing
that's
it.
United, no. Spurs, no.
Yeah. So
that's why my point goes on Newcastle and Forest because they look more of a threat than these other lot.
But the problem with them is going to be throwing European football and the league. To win the league, you have to get 90 plus points. If you haven't been there, you're not going to win it.
Yeah, you're going to win. Yeah.
There's only 2 teams that have gone to 90. 3 teams got to 90 plus points: City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and I think United.
Maybe next season is not the season where you need 90 plus points.
No, it's always going to be. There's always going to be one team that goes 90. There's always going to be 90.
Yeah, there will be. And the reason, Abdallah, the reason I said maybe Chelsea is because I want to see what we do in the summer. I'm a big critical of clearly
the issue. This is data, right? The issue is that who's going to get to 91 plus points? Who's done it before?
City,
Chelsea, Liverpool.
Chelsea have done it in the old days.
What they get 94 or something or 96?
There is no coincidence that the 3 teams that are challenging for the league over the last 5, 6 years, 7 years have all been the teams that have got to the high points level.
Yeah.
Arsenal got to their best total and still didn't win it. City and Liverpool are the only ones who know how to play the marathon game. Forest have a different level as well because what they'll do is Forest have not. Yes, they've got owners, but we need to come away from this rich owner part. Doesn't matter whether you've got a rich owner; it is your income. Forest's income will improve, but it will never be at the income to go on to a title challenge.
But I don't know your name, but you are very right. That is what I'm a little bit in the middle as a Chelsea fan. I'm like, I want to see what we're doing this summer because I know City will go up in terms of recruitment and because it's Pep and because of Checkman. So Liverpool, I'm not sure because Salah, Van Dijk, Arnold,
they're gone.
There's a question mark in that. There is a question mark.
And
Arsenal, they are the king of Butler. I don't even count them as a club. That club, I don't count them as a club at all. That team, they're not a club. For me, I'm writing them off. I'm sorry. So now,
why are you writing them off?
Come on, it's Arsenal. They are the Spurs of title races.
Well, they've needed a striker for 2 seasons, and they just keep buying left backs and a bad midfielder.
The reason I said I'm going to give my reason because people come at me a lot is when you have a manager like Mikel Arteta who is very stubborn, who doesn't want to deviate from his philosophy, there's a problem with that. For me, I keep telling Arsenal fans, he's a nearly man. And what do I mean by nearly man? Is someone that doesn't know.
You've got Maresca, who's even worse.
Same thing with Maresca too. I said it already with Maresca. I don't think he's the one that's going to win on the league. But I want to see what Clear Lake, because Clear Lake are putting out their heads on Maresca. Fair enough. Let's see. He's won the league with Leicester, Championship League. Now let's see. He's demanding for this, that. They're going to give him what they want. I'm going to fully judge him when the new season comes in. Now I'm going to judge him fully.
Yeah, the problem is, see Pep Arteta and Maresca, they will never win the Premier League until Pep is gone. You can't beat Pep on his own style. Look at the Premier League managers that come and win the Premier League. Like Klopp, he had his own unique style, rock and roll football. The Conte, it's different style. Conte 3 at the back, counter attack and whatnot. You can't beat Pep on his own game. Do you know what I mean? You got to have your own style of play.
I'll be real. Next season feels very much like 2020-21. There's no standout team next year. Like remember that year that Liverpool won the league, right? That there was no standout teams that were going to really be there. Then City sort of started off really poorly, then went on to win after that. It was one of them seasons where it could be anyone. If City,
because the reason I said Chelsea is because we are buying so much NPCs, underage, babysitting, infants. We are buying a lot of infants right now. Like goodness gracious, Lord have mercy on us. See,
can I ask a question?
We are buying infant. We are buying a lot of infant now. So
I want to ask a question. I know you guys are you're babysitters, and I see you bought another baby that United wanted. I don't know why you guys do that. To be honest with you, and you know what? If I was the government in Brazil, you have to put rules against these guys. These guys are coming to pick off all the kids in Brazil. Mateus, there's a joke that in Brazil, as soon as the baby just kicks the ball or does any, the keep-ups, just 5 keep-ups, the Chelsea will find you immediately. They will find where you are and they'll get you. But I wanted to ask Martin.
They got it. They got it the second coming of Neymar. What's his name?
Estavio Williams.
Wait, is it that good? Is it that good? Is it that good?
It is very good. It's very good.
Because we had our own Neymar. We had our supposed to be our
this is my I'm gonna be factual here. This is my problem with the Chelsea fan base. When it comes to Chelsea fan base, we are bipolar. We have see, I call it in my country, I call it cycle. When someone has cycles, it's Chelsea fan base. I know Esteval is good. But the amount of time Chelsea fans is gonna have that brother, my goodness, oh my!
Yeah, but you need to remember that you've got Sancho as well in your squad. The man is running like freedom parade, like he's Martin Luther King. Freedom there. You know what I mean?
I know he keeps going to people's chats. But can I say
what happened to Modric? Modric, was the
He's doping. He's doping.
He was found with drugs.
Is he not playing this season anymore?
No. He was found with doping. He has to answer a case. Martin, let me answer a question, Martin. Martin, let me answer a question. You went on the private and say, why are people writing City off? Martin, you can answer me back on this. I just feel like we have to accept that we're in a rebuild. So Martin, you're telling me that, do you think by summer the rebuild will be complete? Is that what you think, Martin? Because I think we'll continue with the rebuild. I think so.
I don't think complete, but I think we'll be in a far stronger position. I think we can win the league, yeah. Because the last time we did this, we got 100 points.
I think if we just fix the midfield, we're fine.
Quite easily. Quite easily.
If we fix the midfield this summer, I think we'll win the league comfortably.
The foundations are there. Let's face it. The foundations are there. You've got a top striker in Erling Haaland. You've got the Ballon d'Or in the best number 6 in Rodri. And you've got a back line which is pretty much sorted. Well, apart from the goalkeeper, we don't know what's going to happen in there.
Yeah, goalkeeper,
the fullbacks area, we're going to sort that out. The midfield, we might add 1 or 2. The second line is fine for me.
I'm telling you, if we get 5 transfers, I think that's enough. A goalkeeper, 3 midfielders, and a fullback, and then
I think you're going to need 2 goalers.
Yeah.
Wait. Can I ask something, Martin? Martin, let me ask you something. You just said we need 2 goalies, but you guys, this madness you're talking about 7 players. You're telling me City's going to bring in 7 players and then we'll go and win the league?
If there's 7 players leaving, then you have to.
I think if it was with Cheeky, then I think it's unrealistic. But with Viana, I think it's.
But no. This is what I'm trying to say. Martin said with 2 more keepers. So let's say we bring 7 players. How are you confident that we gel with all those players within the season?
It doesn't matter about the gel. I think we've got the experience.
But you know the problem is you got Chelsea and City doesn't have a preseason. So it's going to be difficult because there's a club World Cup.
The club World I think Martin said this before. I think the club World Cup will be treated as a preseason. Correct, Martin?
Yeah, but you don't need to gel a goalkeeper, Patrick. It's a goalkeeper. Stays in goal and just stop any shot. That's it. And
the thing is, I'll tell you why I'm so confident. Because I think City have been proactive this time. City have learned from mistakes. And everyone believes that City have not learned from anything. City have learned from mistakes. They've already proven that now. They went out in January. They saw the problem. And I know people will think I'm crazy. Have we improved? Yes. Have performances gone to where people want? Maybe not. Have we improved 1,000%? Of course we have. Yeah, because we weren't winning 6 or 7 out of 10 before December, but never mind. We were losing like 12 in a row, so we have clearly improved. We're a lot stronger defensively now. For me, you've got Rodri coming back. They're already working on full backs. They're working on somebody else, so they've already got irons in fire. They're already going on a lot of things. They've already started movements.
I know Cambiasso is a target, but apparently he's picked up another injury. I don't know if it's serious or not.
People think that Pep Guardiola and the board and City have looked at this period and they've gone, you know what? Everything's fine, hunky-dory, and we'll stay as we are. They're not. They're not.
No, they did that really in the summer. Not. They might not do it now, but they did that in the summer.
No, I think.
But they've done it once. You can't keep flogging them for what they did last summer.
No, I'm not.
Can't keep going on this.
No. The thing is that
I'm just saying that they don't have the summer. Listen, everyone makes mistakes. You've done that 3 times. We've done that with Mancini and Pellegrini. As soon as we win the league, we're going to transfer window. Shocking. But at the end of the day, what I like about this season, we went in January. We tried to rectify it, and we got again in the summer. So we just need to make sure. The Champions League football is really important for the football club. For me, I don't really care where we finish. Honestly,
I look at it as you brought in Kushinov, you've got Mamouche, you're bringing in these players 6 months early to bed in. It's why I'm not sat there. For me, anyway, why I'm sat hyping on performances. It's 9 games to go. I don't care about performances anymore. I'm more about results. Just get the results now, and we can deal with performances.
I don't care about performances, but just get the points on the board because I'm generally kind of fearful we don't win. We don't get top 4/5.
Look, the thing is, Abdul,
you won't get results if you don't improve
a performance. A way a performance is that's down for me. It's a personal preference. It's like all this winger stuff. Some fans will love an exciting winger, and others want a different type of winger. Some love an old-fashioned centre back. Some love a ball-playing centre back. That's personal preference.
Right now,
you're never going to change people's opinions on that.
I couldn't care about the performances. Just get the results.
It's like you've got people who look.
I don't care about the performance yet. Used to,
Not this season. I think this season is out the window.
You will not get the results if you don't improve your performances.
I think we can't be pitting. This is where I can't.
But I think we have improved.
I think we need to disregard.
So the performance, you should care about performances because let's say let's say we play
that next season. This season
we score the first goal. Obviously, you need to perform in order to win that game.
No, but what I mean by that is, I'm not. It's like last season when we won 1-0 away at Tottenham, and for the last 20 minutes it was like the Alamo from Tottenham, and we needed Ortega to do that 1-on-1. I'm not going to say I'm not going to go in a show and totally start analysing the way Tottenham were in the last 20 minutes and how crap we were. We got the result, we got out of town, and we left it. That's what I mean by. Yeah, that's what I mean by it now. I'm not going to sit analysing the way it's like the Brighton game. Other people thought it was a very exciting game. Others thought it was terrible. It's just your preference on what you like. It's your preferences on what you like. Personally, Cal knows this. I'm not a Wild West basketball football fan. I'm not into this. You go, we go. You go, we go. I like to sort of have some form, not sideways 800 passes boring football, but I like to have a little bit of control in patches. The Brighton game was exciting to watch, but it was just you attack, we attack, you attack, we attack, and it was just going like that for 50, 60 minutes. And it was like you sat on the edge of your seat. It's great for the neutral, terrible. Yeah.
I mean, the way they were beaten up from the back, it was just amazing to watch at times. They play some good football, Brighton.
Yeah, but the fact that a lot of their counters were on us going forward and not taking our chances, so they broke on us quick. And that's the bit where when you've got Rodri at back next season is a huge, massive plus. Nobody's got a Rodri coming back in. You've got Cushion off.
I just don't want to burn him out. I don't
want to be really delicate with him, though.
You've got Mamouche. See, but what do you mean by delicate with him? Because when did we roll him out?
ACL and a meniscus. You can't just expect him to play 70 games next season. He's probably going to take a couple of months to get back to full fitness. I do believe he can. There is a path because I look at
difference is Kels
same injury, same age. But
people misunderstood this. People say that I want a rest, meaning he wants 3 games out. He's not. This is what footballers mean. Footballers want to play. Play me 70 minutes, take me off the last 20. Martin, that's their rest.
Martin,
if you drop Rodri for 3 games, Rodri's the first one knocking on the door going, why am I not playing?
No, Martin, we cannot do what we did with KDB. We do the same with Rodri. Right? Okay, what we done with KDB, he got injured in the treble season. He had the surgery and whatnot. Yeah. He went on holiday.
All that.
KDB went with the squad on what's the thing called that we do at the beginning of the season? USA or whatever. Yeah, pre-season. So he went for the pre-season. KDB didn't play in a single game. First game against Burnley, he starts in. Half an hour into the game, he's down. So if Roger's not going to be back for pre-season, do not start him in the first game.
No, you will see Rodri in the Club World Cup.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. We cannot do.
I don't think he should be expected to start every game.
Not pre-season.
But on that, Matthias, when do you play him? Because that Arsenal game was his second game. We were what 8, 9, 10 games in, and it was his second game. No, he played 2 games. He didn't come back till the West Ham game, and he was on the bench for the West Ham game. I think he started the Inter Milan game, correct me if I'm wrong, and then he played his first league game was the Arsenal one.
No, the West Ham game he wasn't even in the squad. We played West Ham.
No, he was on the bench. No, he was on the bench. No, the West Ham away.
No, he played half of one game. That was for the Inter game. What game was it?
He didn't. If you check, he didn't play for ages. He wasn't using like the first 5 games. West Ham was the first time he was on the bench.
Yeah, but because he had an injury in the Euros final.
Yeah, but I think he come on 20 minutes. He did. What my point is, he didn't play. He didn't start the season, and his first proper game back, he got injured in. That's just football. That's just unluckiness.
There's a question for the panel here. It says a question for the panel. Out of 10, what is the rating would you rate our squad? I'll start with Luke. Look, what would you rate this squad of ours we have right now?
This is a hard one because the thing is, I don't know what does he mean. What the whole squad in general, the quality of the squad,
the whole squad, yeah, the quality.
In terms of quality, I go 8.
Yeah, I'll go 7.58. That's what I'm going for.
Isn't quality if you're talking about, because quality is when you are still at your peak and you're good. But when you're
I give it a 6. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, probably. It's a hard one though because it means that
because if that's both our goalkeepers aren't good enough anymore. 4 of our midfielders aren't good enough anymore. We don't have any actual fullbacks. We have an injury prone bunch of centre backs as well. I think it's quite fair to give 6.
But there's a difference between being out of form and the quality. The quality is still there. They're just out of form.
And we only have 2 clinical attackers.
I don't know if the quality is there for some of them because they're old and they're on the decline.
Well, it's Edison just doesn't want to be here anymore.
No, Edison. The guy's gone. He said he's not here.
And Ortega's not good enough. I'm sorry, Ortega's not good enough.
Nah, Ortega. Listen, I've been backing Ortega for.
He's not good enough. I'm sorry.
If he stays,
fine. But I have zero expectation. I can't see.
I think Ortega's comments showed that midweek. Ortega's comments basically was like, "Yeah, I'm out."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
thank you for.
By the way, he didn't actually. He wasn't on the bench, Rodri, until the 14th of September.
Right.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's the Brentford game.
That was it.
That's what I'm saying. People think that he just appeared. He was out completely. He just rolled in. He played 45 against Brentford and then 21 minutes against Arsenal. Then was done. So there's never a good time to bring somebody back.
That interview.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But there's never a good time. The thing with KDB is just age. He's 30. It's an age thing now. Rodri's not at that age. Look at Van Dijk when he came back.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even know he'd had an ACL the way he's playing.
I think he had a couple of good games, and then he did have a period though where
it took him a full year to get back up to speed to his level.
I remember we were saying he's
like when Chris Webber came back. Triple double, and then he came back.
Martin Sancho King. Yeah, he keeps asking people. Wait, was that comment a Kelster? Was that comment true? Where at Forest he told Yelanga, "Can I join?" Was it just a spoof? And Forest said no.
I have no idea.
I think.
And the thing, can I just, because I've got to jump in it. The thing with Newcastle, you got to realise, Newcastle have done tremendous and won a League Cup. It is tremendous. Their first trophy in 70 years. They're nowhere near the league. They're not going to win the league with Dan Burn.
Martin, but this is why
they're not going to.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that. But when we win the case, and let's say PSR and FFP is dead after we win the case.
No, but it's not. No, it's not.
No,
it's
not.
It's not.
He's not going to be there. Yes, has been there for years.
From my point of view, it will be untenable for those rules to stay there anymore.
No, it won't. This is why I was pushing back on the Masters need sacking. Sacking Masters does nothing. Masters is a puppet.
Oh yeah.
The rules, Masters does not set the rules. He implements the rules. That's all he does. The rules are set by the 20 members, and the 20 members are the football clubs. It's a voting system. That's getting rid of Masters or getting rid of it. Dick Van Dijk was in charge. It doesn't matter. It's who's got his ear. It's the chief execs of the other football teams. If they all push, that's why if you look at all the letters and all the emails, they were all signed by the chief execs of the other teams because they're the ones who are voting on it. If it was up to Masters, we wouldn't be doing votes. It'd just be Masters going, these are the rules you're going with, guys.
Yeah, that's where the independent regulator should come in then. Well, wasn't there talk?
Well, we've been pushing for that.
Yeah, we're still quiet again.
It's never going to happen. I've said this. It's never going to happen. The Premier League, PSR is here to stay. And Newcastle's thing is they've got to get the revenues up to go and compete. Same with Forest. Because I think that it'll help for what, but they've already been in the Champions League. You've got to be in the Champions League on the regular.
Yep.
Year in, year out.
Yeah, you have to. And I have a question for Kelster. Before we move, Kelster, I'm gonna give this one to you. Do you see, like, the fact some people are saying, oh, it's great that we're going to play this World Cup, it's going to help us embed some of these players, but don't you see this World Cup might just also be unnecessary for us, where it might cause us more fatigue?
Oh yeah, I'm very worried about certain players. Because there are some players who need the playing time, like Echeverri, Victor Hayes, those kind of players. I think they could really benefit from playing in the Club World Cup, but Haaland does not need those minutes. Bernardo doesn't need the minutes. Joško doesn't need the minutes because Joško is the only defender who stayed healthy this season. And because the other players cannot stay healthy, we are running him into the absolute ground. And we need to be very careful about that next season because he might be out of form next season too, because he's just so worn out right now because he's the only one unfortunate to stay healthy this season. This is where these guys like Ake and Stones are really letting our team down because like the quality will decline if Joško cannot rest. And if he has to play in the Club World Cup and can't take the summer off, he's going to have nothing left in the tank. But yeah, I would love to throw Echeverri in, throw Rodri in for a few minutes, here and there, maybe off the bench. I don't think I wouldn't start him right away.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, it's like if half of our squad can stay home, I would like that. But
apparently
they're going to force Haaland to play.
That's not allowed. I heard that
they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, they signed. I think they signed a document to make sure that everybody brings their stars.
Yeah.
You've got to bring the stars.
That's up. The manager can just not play them.
Is it not? Is this competition not in the States?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Then there you go. Then.
You got to realize, Kelsey, do you want to be a success? Do you want to be a successful team, or do you not want to be a successful team?
Well, we're not going to have a successful team if our players are overplayed and get injured because of it.
Yeah,
but that's not a City problem. That's a football problem.
Well, it is going to be a City problem if our players are injured and can't play next season.
No, because what I mean is, if you want to win all these tournaments and you want to compete and do doubles, trebles, then you're going to play 70-odd games a season.
I think it's a.
I don't care about this particular competition. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
I think
we already won it.
I'll go to you, but Kelster, I hear, and there's been rumors from the beginning that, and you can see with the amount of money that's been put. What is it, 1 billion? I hear that there was a deal with all clubs that you're not showing up with your B team here. Apparently, nobody is, unless maybe you've got injuries. I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you heard about this. Same, you're not showing up with your B team.
Yeah, I heard about this, right. But that's where it's on the clubs and the leagues to change the rules in terms of increasing the size of the squads. I don't think going forward.
But we can have a larger squad. If the manager doesn't play them, then it's pointless.
Yeah, that's why you force that's why you force the managers. You force the managers. Either the players' careers become shorter and their careers are ruined. That's what's going to happen to the likes of Saka and etc. These competitions and the clubs have to increase the size of the squads. Have to. In the next few years, football will continue to decline unless it's going to increase to 30 to 35 man squads. It has to be. Yeah,
and it will do. Because the problem is UEFA, FIFA, etc. all have different rules, and they all want to one up each other. They're never going to get on the same page.
Either advise them or sue.
You can't advise these people. This is football. This is what we all wanted.
It's money.
We all wanted money. We all wanted football. This is what you get with it.
Yeah, and trust me, in America, man, they gave the key to the World Cup trophy to the American president. The advertising in America, people will pay top dollar to go watch these matches. I'm telling you, nobody wants to see, is it Mboma or that kid Divine playing? No, nobody wants to go see a youth academy kid playing. I'm telling you,
they want to see Haaland. A blend of the two. But
no, I don't want to see Haaland.
not the academy. I meant like our fringe player, our younger players, like Victor Hayes.
Let me ask you.
Maybe a new signing. I don't know.
That 1 billion. So you think these players when they hear that 1 billion, I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. You find Silva scoring 20 goals in this. They 1 billion.
Well, do the players get extra money for playing in this, or is it just part of their salary that they already have? Do they get bonuses? Like I don't know the structure of that.
You're not winning 1 billion and not getting cheese in this. There's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in this. You've got appearance money. This is the other thing, when people say, "Oh, rest this player down for 30 games," are you going to Are you going to make up the appearance bonuses on them players in their contracts?
You got a point. Yeah.
Are you going to say, "Oh, Rodri," because some of these players get money for touching grass?
Yeah, true.
But
then you're not going to take cheese out of a player's back pocket.
Look at Scott Carson.
That's where it comes to the decision.
50K a week.
Scott Carson is the best job in the world.
Do they care about
Scott Carson has to leave. Yeah, his time is up now.
50K a week.
So that guy's making like $1 million a year. To just show up to practice.
We're getting rid of all 3 goalkeepers.
People got to look like Juma Bar now. Juma Bar's getting man of the match performances for Lens now. The guy
he watches Lens and he said that guy looks really good.
Martin, I was watching him. Oh my God, he's fast, and for him, do you know
what? 6 foot. What is he? 6'4"? He built like a brick. You know what?
I know. Do you know what's funny about it is? Do you know how
we need some nastiness?
And you know what? He defends with the high line, so he can actually defend in the high line.
Yeah, and see, people don't realize when you add 2 fullbacks to this squad, we have 10 defenders. 10. That's manageable even with 2 or 3 injury-prone players. You can manage that around.
Yeah.
Just circulating back to the whole midfield. This is what doesn't make sense to me. We let go of Peroni, and Peroni would easily bench.
Peroni was a CFG signing. It was a CFG signing.
This is where we lied. This is where the club lied and misled him. I'll tell you why. He could have had the opportunity to replace Enzo Fernandez at Benfica. Benfica wanted him. He was going to be first choice. But we misled him, we bought him, and we said to him, "We're gonna buy you, and you're gonna get game time in the first team." And what happened? We bought him. I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, Martin.
I don't think we've ever said we'll guarantee you game time. We don't guarantee. Yeah, we don't guarantee game time to anyone.
Not guarantee, but there's a high chance that you'll play first team.
Yeah, and they had a look at him and they didn't think he was good enough.
I think he'll come back. He's very good.
Is he?
Are we all having internet issues?
He's 100% better.
I'll be honest with you, Pat. He's not coming back. He wants to stay at Como.
He
wants to stay at Como.
There's a comment. He says, "Remember, Angelotti said they would boycott, and therefore Perez came out and checked him." It tells you it's big money.
I've got to jump. I'll give you one hint. When we make a signing, look at how they are unveiled. That will tell you whether they are a CFG signing or whether they are a Manchester City signing. Because Echeverri was all done with the chief execs, done at the stadium, big thing done, media stuff. Peroni was done, I think, at the training ground. And there was hardly any hype about it.
So you're saying Echeverri was a big signing?
You look at McFarlane.
You need Echeverri to play in that Club World Cup.
You look at McFarlane. McFarlane was just, we've signed him, but you got 2 lines on the website. You know who is the real signings and who are the
presentation versus an announcement. Yeah. Okay.
No, you got to remember we're not just Manchester City anymore.
Yeah, CFG. Yeah.
Sheikh Mansour and Khaldoon and Soriano are all chairman of CFG as well. So they've got.
Okay. That's good info, Martin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Martin, for coming on.
Anyway,
Kilkster, here's your chance to close the show.
Oh well, I have my eye on I'm watching Croatia and France, so I'm getting a little distracted because of that.
Yeah, go ahead, close the show.
I don't know. Kind of nice getting a little break. Hopefully, we're back on the winning track and we get back. I think Marmoush needs to start every game, whether it's a low block or high or whatever. Just start him every game, see what happens, and just gotta
blame
get
in the number 10 position.
Again, what's our game? Oh, we come back and it's immediately Bournemouth. Oh God, that's gonna.
Yeah, Bournemouth is our last game.
That game's a couple days before my birthday. I'm like, I don't need them spoiling my birthday.
Yeah, it's a must-win game. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We're getting to that 4K. The Football Banter Show will be every Thursday, unless Kels or myself have something busy.
My internet stops crashing, even though I have brand new equipment. I have a brand new modem and I have a brand new router, and this crap still keeps me. I'm getting really annoyed.
I know I have to call the internet company tomorrow. So, but thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And big up to all the guys today. Samasi for becoming a member. Big up to you, and big up for your super chat. And Herbo for becoming a member. Big up to you. And also Miami Snoopy. Big up to you for the super chat. Big up to everybody. Says, I think Rob, I promised, he says, big up, respect. Question, what do you see in the summer happening for Pep? I think the guys answered already. I think for Pep Guardiola, he's going to have to get players in. And for Pep Guardiola, he's going to have to find another. If, let's say, for instance, he gets players in and he continues playing his tiki-taka and it works, he's going to...
I think then he'll leave on mutual consent.
Yeah. Look. No.
He's getting back with his wife.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what if he plays his tiki-taka and it works?
Where did you hear this Kelk stuff?
People.
I haven't seen any rumors.
Shows, Twitter.
I don't know why.
The Twitter I take with there's people who are ITKs and there's people who are KFAs. So.
I think he will. I think they will, man.
That was a rumor.
What was all that issue? What was all that?
There's a rumor he's going to get back with his wife and then he's going to walk away from City in the summer. It's a rumor. There's nothing to back it up. It's
do you know what's going to happen? Cardinho knows this. Kelster, because you're on YouTube now, right? Some ITK is going to quote you. They're going to say at Kelster, just watch. They do it before. They do.
I don't know anything. I don't know anybody.
ITKs are starving, but ITKs are.
I'm a sucker for all the rumors online. So
yeah,
but there is one reliable ITK, and we know who he is.
I'm a KFA.
Begins with C. He's very reliable. He's normally in there. Yeah, see, he's normally
in the private chat. I don't know who you're talking about. Put it in the private chat.
He's on LB's channel and in the
chat. Oh, that okay. I know who you're talking about.
Begins with C. Yeah.
You know. Where has he actually been cooking? He
is reliable. He just look in the private chat.
Yeah, look at that. But I'll question him. I'll find his ad at Twitter and I'll make sure I question because
he's not on Twitter. He's not on Twitter, but he's
well. I'll find him on the LB channel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know anything though. Nobody quote me. I don't know anything.
They'll quote you like Kipster America. Anyway, guys, big up to you. Don't forget to subscribe and subscribe. Like the video. You can follow both of the guys on the panel. I don't know if Kipster wants to be followed, but I just put her there because she's part of the show.
Just follow my Twitter. That's the only way you're gonna find me. I don't know.
Yeah, follow her on Twitter and follow me on Twitter if you can. Cardinho, you can also follow him on Twitter. So
my name is. I have a burner.
Yeah, I know you do. I do, and you have many burners. Because sometimes you're like, it's me. I was like, I see you again.
Yeah, I'm there to troll HH. I'm there to troll.
I know. So this is.
As you saw my Avi, one second, I'll show you my Avi.
I know, I saw it.
It's hilarious. It's a FIFA card of his face, and yeah, it's I can't wait for him to get humbled. And he's Pep's biggest hater.
He's already been humbled this season.
He hasn't been humbled enough.
I pray to God he doesn't win any trophy because if he wins any trophy, he's gonna be unbearable.
He's gonna parade the Conference League.
I know he is.
You know the song. You know the song that United fans sing. We've seen it all. We've won the lot, and then he's gonna put Chelsea, and then we're never gonna stop.
I know. He's
the only club that will be able to sing it from England.
I know he's very shameless. So anyway, guys, big up to you. This is the Pat and Kels Show episode 2. We talked about the 115 charges. We talked about football as football evolved, and obviously we were focusing on Pep Guardiola because people are like Pep Guardiola's system is old, and we were talking about who will win the league next season. A lot of people had their opinions. I don't know why nobody mentioned Arsenal. I know Arsenal bought jobs, but they're gonna keep their team, and I think if Arsenal got Isaac, I don't think they're gonna get Isaac anymore. I think Newcastle will be a difficult.
They're not gonna sell Newcastle. Like, why would they sell their best player?
They won't sell.
I know.
The only way they would do that is if they were looking for PSR cap space.
Yeah.
If that was the case, they would have sold us Bruno over the summer.
I think they'll get a lot of encouragement once we beat it.
No, this is Arsenal fans coping. They're
Arsenal,
high on copium.
I tell you this, I'm this confident. Arsenal will never win another major trophy in our lifetime. In our lifetime and their lifetime.
On that note,
On
that note, we say goodbye.